What is going on, everybody? Bob 29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, make sure to relax, make sure to grab some snacks. Today, we're going to do a little something different. I know that they obviously read the blog live when it goes at 8 p.m. Eastern on the official Champions stream. However, there has been a couple of updates in the blog since then. So I figured why not do not only a little blog read along, but some reactions as well. A lot of you actually enjoyed when I used to do the blog reactions. So I'm going to go ahead and read this blog and give you my thoughts on it. So we have the Foot Clan week-long event. Cowabunga, the Turtles are back, and this time around we have Roman Reigns, Shredder, and Cody Jones, Casey Adams. I'm sure you know who that is. That is Cody Rhodes. That is Casey Jones. So this time around, they brought company with Roman Reigns, Shredder, and Cody Rhodes. Casey Jones. Get them this week and weekend in the milestones, leaderboards, and the loot. Find the original Turtles on the prize wall. So looks like a lot of you that might have missed out on the OG Turtles are going to have a shot at getting the Turtles. We have two new Turtles as well in Roman and Cody, Shredder, and Casey. There are also 4 new skill plates. It mentions to collect and redeem Shredder masks for the brand new skill plates on the main prize wall, and then find more skill plates using Casey masks on a new prize wall during the weekend. So Shredder masks for the main prize wall and Casey masks for the weekend prize wall. So 2 prize walls heading to a game near us very soon. I am very nervous in regards to what that's going to bring. I'm hopeful that a lot of players out there will be able to get a lot of things, a lot of new things, whether it's some old Turtles, whether it's the moment if you missed out on it, whether it's the new characters, or whether it's a skill plate or all 4 of them. That being said, there's also some updates to our Turtles. They boosted some moves for existing Turtles based on feedback. I don't know who was given feedback about Seth, but I mean, okay, sure. He was already great, and now he's even greater. They should hit even harder and are more fun to play now. If you didn't get them in their previous contests, now is your chance. So we have the Superstar, which it'll show you the poster here, the old moves and the new moves. So we're going to go by one each time here. So Seth has the Tortoise Rack, which used to be a sub that was 7 MP cost. That was a blue submission to turn gems into, it was a green move that turns into blue submission gems. It is now the Tortoise Rack, which is simply a green move that gives you plus 10 blue MP. The Terrapin Spin was a choose area into cross breaks. It is now a random area into cross breaks. Some players might think that is a debuff. Other players might think that it's an increase. I myself enjoy the idea that I don't need to worry about clicking where to put cross breaks when it essentially is going to break such a large portion of the board for a character like this who is going to do big damage per cross break on the board. You'll also notice that the down the drain is not only damage for cross break, but is now damage for cross break and convert the cross breaks into green gems. So now it's a combo move that not only does the damage, but also breaks the cross breaks. So you don't need to worry about where they go. They just simply break. Something else not here listed on the blog, which I noticed, it's not a new move, but they increased the strength of his power gems as well. So I believe they were 420k, 430k, something like that. And they're now much closer to 650k a piece, that is. So Seth Rollins, Leonardo, some huge improvements and upgrades to his character. If you haven't yet for any of these characters, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. I have done reworked videos on all of the reworked turtles so far. Next up, we have Donatello Xavier Woods. The Shell Shock, which was a purple sub, now is no longer a purple sub, but instead is a choose purple gem move. So no need to worry about putting somebody in a sub. It is simply a choose move. And they also got rid of the trap gem move, where you would generate 30 random traps. If your opponent breaks them, it would generate 4 times 4 multi-gems. And if you broke them, you would reduce your opponent's gem damage by 5% for 2 turns, which was pretty underwhelming, to be fair. And now instead, you make 20 times 7 multiply gems. So very, very strong improvement to Donatello Xavier Woods. Again, if you have not already, make sure to check out the video on the YouTube channel to see this moveset in action. And last but certainly not least, Rey Mysterio Raphael got arguably the biggest increase in change. Now, not only is his finisher 2 mil damage and a stun for 1 turn, but you get 5 green MP. That's not something I'm too huge on because of the other changes that he got. The Surf's Up is now, instead of a 4-turn sub that leaves behind Crossbreak Gems, he just generates the Crossbreak Gems, which is a huge win. And then you'll notice that the Mean Green Machine was a 2-turn area of 3x1 Juggernaut Gems that would increase your gem damage by 121% for 1 turn and then give you green MP. Now it just flat out gives you 300% gem damage for a turn. So these 2 moves, very, very strong. And last but not least, the Terrapin Spin on Rey. The only difference here is that instead of your Juggernaut gems giving you 2 red MP per Juggernaut, it now gives you 3 red MP per Juggernaut. Everything else there is still the same. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to check out the YouTube to see these new moves in action. Definitely some very strong gameplay from all of the turtles. So, huge win. Huge win for a lot of the turtles there. I know a lot of people are upset that Woods no longer has his submission, but man, he doesn't need it now with this type of setup. He is very, very strong. Rey is a whole lot faster with his upgrade, and Seth, they now not only have 1 moveset, but 2 very viable 60 million damage, not touching the board movesets. So, huge win across the board for all of the turtles. Please note, as always, everything's taken from a test environment. Everything's subject to change. That is never going to change in this game. The one thing that's not subject to change is subject to change. There's a bunch of contests. Now, something to keep in mind, the thing that I kind of took from this whole blog, it really feels like there's a lot of intel, a lot of info, but don't be overwhelmed by it. It just pretty much feels like it's a consistent amount of stuff that we need to do instead of an overwhelming amount of stuff that we need to do, if that makes any sense. So the events that we have are the solo contest, the Big Apple leaderboard contest, the daily delivery leaderboard, the underground hideout, faction competition, the Shredder faction boss competition, and the Blitz. So all of these things will start, other than the boss competition, at reset today, Monday, November 11th. They all have their differing end times as well. Nothing to really stress over there, in my opinion. They've given us the information on Roman Reigns' Shredder, as he will be our boss battle opponent. He's going to be using hard and green gems, putting bot gems on the board, and freezing the moves to slow him down. There's all the information that they broke down here, so He's got a damage per turn, hardened green gem shield means no neutralizer for those of you that still even remember those days. A bunch of botch gems on the board and freezing moves. And the bonuses that we get as players. We get purple gem plus 500%, crossbreak gem plus 500%, power gem plus 500%, and pyro gem generation minus 100. So that is the one nerf, the one debuff that we get as players. We do not get to use pyro gems in this boss other than if it is an area of pyro gems. Remember, this is for a random generation of pyro gems or a choose generation of pyro gems. But if it is an area such as a 2x1, a 1x7, whatever it is, the area will still work. Boss battle health, not really important to go over any of this other than the very final one, 1.5 plus billion health. Nothing too crazy there. That's pretty standard for boss battles nowadays. And then it just shows you when he's going to use his moves. So you'll notice everything is essentially turn 1, turn 1, turn 1, other than the freeze. So he's going to deal damage turn 1, he's going to put a shield turn 1, he's going to modify the board into botch gems on turn 1, and then turn 2, he's going to freeze your moves. And then you'll actually see in the very bottom here, it'll tell you pretty much a tiny little breakdown of what it does. So this will be more damage as the boss goes on. In this case, the shield will last 2 turns. Again, we're just going to focus on level 23s. So 2 turns for 150 gems. And again, no neutralizer. The botch gems will go to 49 botch gems on the board. So every gem on the board will turn into a botch gem. And then again, we will get 2 moves frozen lasting for 2 turns on the boss. Requirements pretty straightforward, pretty standard, nothing new here. Again, your rarity requirement for the 14s are a 6-star bronze, your rarity requirement for the 18s are a 6-star silver, and as always, since they've had the improvement and increase to 6-star gold, your 23s are 6-star golds. Up to level 6, there is no requirement. You can use whoever you want. This really isn't important to tell you what exactly to use boss breaker wise. You should know what to use based on everything that they tell you above. And this is just a little bit of an additional breakdown in regards to what you can use. So just a couple suggestions here from the devs telling you what you can do. This one in particular is also telling you about the hell freezes over to counter the freeze move, that this will help all of your teammates to unfreeze the majority of their moves. Anyway, moving on. We can go on to the reward highlights. So we got the 2 new turtles. Roman Reigns Shredder, where can he be found? Well, he can be found 3-star bronze on the solo contest milestones. He can be found 6-star gold in the top leaderboard contest milestone and 6-star gold on the main prize wall, as well as in the loot. So make sure to spin the loot, as I'm sure you've seen on a couple other of my videos. But that being said, I personally will most likely just be trying to chase this 3-star bronze. If I can get him, I consider it a win, just like I did with Donatello Xavier Woods. I will not be spending any additional prize wall on getting him 6-star gold if I already have him 3-star bronze. That is just a me thing. If I have the character, I don't really feel the need to go above and beyond to get the character again at a higher rarity. That's just me. As for Cody Jones, Cody Jones is going to be 6-star gold on the weekend prize wall and up to 6-star gold for the top 20 ranks in the leaderboard contest. This is typically only spend event stuff, so it looks like Cody is going to be our big boy spender turtle this go around, as well as in the weekend loot. So if you get lucky on the weekend stuff, which this weekend is Showdown weekend, then congratulations, you may get yourself a Cody Jones turtle. And I'm not calling him Casey Jones, not calling him Cody Rhodes. He's Cody Jones. So Cody Jones, best of luck to all of you out there chasing him. No real information in regards to how else we can get him. That being said, we have all the other old turtles. Kofi Kingston Michelangelo is going to be 6-star gold on the main prize wall. It also mentions 3-star bronze in the solo contest milestones, 5-star bronze in the Blitz special offer and in the loot. Donatello is going to be 6-star gold on the main prize wall and in the loot. Seth will be 6-star gold main prize wall and the loot, and Ray will be 6-star gold on the main prize wall and in the loot. So it looks like these Shredder masks on the prize wall are going to be very helpful if you are chasing anybody but Cody Jones. So if you're looking for Roman, he's going to be on the main prize wall, and every other turtle at the very max rarity will be at 6-star gold on the main Shredder mask prize wall. So best of luck to each and every last one of you out there. Now, it mentions find the brand new turtle skill plates on both the prize walls. So we don't know, at least to my knowledge, which plates are going to be on which prize walls. And please keep in mind, from what I have seen on the surface, it doesn't really look like these plates are finished. So again, back to the top here, everything is subject to change. Do keep in mind, everything is subject to change. So we have the dual katana skill plate. Whenever you break 10 or more cross break gems, generate 25 red gems. This one definitely seems odd to me. Seth only really generates 9, and he doesn't use red. But then when you come down here to the twin size skill plate, whenever you break 10 cross break gems, make 25 random gems into red gems. So weird wording difference here. Generate 25 red gems and make 25 random gems into red gems. But they're pretty much the same thing. This definitely makes more sense for Ray with his new cross break move that generates 40 of them, and him being a powerhouse character. So I don't really think the Seth dual katana skill plate is finalized just yet. Then we come down to the bow staff skill plate. Whenever you dodge a move or gems, increase all of your move damage by 100% for 1 turn. And the nunchaku skill plate, whenever you dodge a move or gems, increase all of your gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. So these, obviously, you can tell are meant for the turtles that they are, assigned to on the surface. That being said, it doesn't mean you can't use these on another turtle. So if you really like Ray and, you want to put the gem damage setup on him and then dodge a move, you can definitely increase your gem damage with the Kofi skill plate, with the Michelangelo skill plate on your Raphael, and use the twin size skill plate because they are a regular and ultimate skill plate, so they are different. Again, all of this is subject to change. When the blog very first went live, these were all TBD. So who really knows if this is accurate or not yet? Only time will tell. Again, as it says above, make sure to wait for everything to go live in game to see what it looks like. This is the premium prize wall. It says collect Shredder masks and redeem them for valuable rewards, but for some reason I feel like this isn't Shredder but Casey masks. The 6-star gold of all of the turtles here, Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, and then Shredder actually instead of Kofi. I thought there was a Kofi here as well, but I guess they're not mentioning him. The Foot Clan chest, so that's, I'm assuming, just a typical, bag for the event. The Moment and Kofi Kingston shards for the Moment, so shout out to them for making that available. The twin size skill plate and the nunchaku skill plate, so that is our Ray plate and our Kofi plate. No mention of the dual katana or the bow staff in this section just yet. The Shades of Reigns skill plate is the Legend Roman Reigns, the Rockin' Reigns ultimate plate. The New Era and Giant Killer skill plates, these were skill plates that they came out with during the original Turtles event. I believe that they are both Break 4 Generate 10 skill plates that are ultimates. And then more straps and resources. And then you'll see it says Redeem Shredder Claws for helpful rewards down here. So I guess we have Shredder Mask for the premium prize wall and Shredder Claws for the helpful rewards, which is your main prize wall. Tech Cody, Showboat Woods, we have Striker Seth, we have Tech Roman Reigns, and we have Trickster Rey Mysterio, all of them at 5-star gold. We have 2 more of the Turtles skill plates that came out, the Break 4 and generate 10. You'll notice, and I think that kind of says it all, the Shredder Mask Prize Wall bags, you can redeem Shredder Claws for Shredder Masks, and the masks are going to feed into the Premium Prize Wall, so you can use your regular Prize Wall for Premium Prize Wall. The infamous Summer of Champions 2024 moment. I believe this is supposed to say moment token. I believe this is 1 out of the 8 that you might need. So best of luck to anyone that is out there trying to recruit the token as a whole for Batista, May, Maxine, and Ilya. Hopefully this will be the way that you can get it. Strap parts, metal bits, and more. Next up, we have the solo contest. Play the Blitz and the Tours with selected superstars and spin the loot. Max milestone is 33 million points. That's a lot of points. This is where it mentions the new dual katana skill plate. That is the Seth Rollins one. The Cowabunga skill plate also was one of the break for Get 10. I believe that was identical to the May crown because I called it the Cowabunga crown. So with a little bit of memory jogging, I believe it was break 4 yellow and generate 10 green for this specific plate. 175 Shredder Mask prize walls. Again, remember, the claws are the basic, the mask is the premium. So lots of premium prize wall bags from the solo event. And 400 Mercy the Buzzard shards. Yes, that's right. For those of you that keep forgetting, we're still in the middle of an MLC. So glad that there's some progression towards those characters as well. The top 200 can earn up to 10,000 more masks on the leader boards. So solo tasks, this is what I noticed at least. All of the day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 tasks are all the same. So for example, win a tour match day 1 with any new gen. You have to win 5 matches and you get 140,000 points. So I'm going to skip ahead real quick. Then beat the Blitz day 1 with any new gen. You only have to do it once, but again, 140,000 points. And then guess what? Increase the talent of day 1, any new gen, 2,500 for 56 points per talent. Guess what that totals up to? 140,000 points. So every single day, and this is what I was trying to say at the beginning of the read here, it seems like there's a lot going on, but I feel like there's not going to be an overwhelming amount of stuff that's happening. It's just the format that they presented it with. But if every day you have to essentially play 5 tour matches, do 1 blitz, and 2,500 talent, that's really not that bad in the sense of content. It might even not be a whole lot. Some of you might even want more content. But day 1 is new gen, day 2 is striker, day 3 is tech, day 4 is any turtle, day 5 is showboat, day 6 is trickster, day 7 is powerhouse. So you'll notice that new gen's here and turtles are here, and then every class other than acrobat is here. So essentially just log in daily and play the game daily, do your stuff, and you will get your 140,000 points per breakdown here. So every day you should be able to get 420,000 points just by doing these tasks alone. And obviously there are 7 days in the week. So you should be able to break 2.9 million points just by doing this alone. So again, obviously 2.9 mil is a drop in the bucket for 33 mil, but who knows where everything will be available. The Underground Hideout Faction Competition. So in this case, this is the faction contest, and you'll notice there's 350,000 more solo points here. So you're already closing in on about 3.3 million points just by being in a faction. Get points by fighting crime in the daily tours to complete the milestones and beat the Blitz for tiebreaker points. The max milestone, one shy of 2 mil. You also get 20 of these Foot Clan chests, as well as the top 500 earning more masks. Again, big difference between the claws and the masks on the leaderboards for the factions, the top 500 factions. So should be able to get some extra there. Then there is the Shredder faction boss competition. Max milestone, 135 million. It's a lot of points. This one is going to pay out 840,000 solo points. So we should be closing in on about 4.1 million, 4.2 million on that solo contest. There's also 4,000 Shredder masks here. So that seems like a pretty decent amount. When they were saying top of the leaderboards was 10,000, so not too bad. Make sure to do your faction boss with your faction. The top 800 can earn more of them on the leaderboard. Again, it looks like these masks are going to be very, very important for all of your premium points. Again, the goal is 135 million, so this is very scattered when I saw it the first time because it goes day 1, day 2, day 2, day 1. It's very weird, so stick with me here. I'm going to be scrolling a little bit just so that we could talk about day 1 and then day 2. So day 1 is beat the boss on level 20 with Leonardo. Again, this is a faction competition, not a solo competition. So you have to beat the boss on level 20 with Leonardo 100 times. You get 100,000 points each time that you do it. So that is 10 million points right there. Another day 1 is the story continues, level 18 with Cody Rhodes story continues, another 10 million points. Day 1 with Shredder Roman Reigns on a level 16, another 10 million points, so you're up to 30 mil. And the last day 1 is any Kofi Kingston, and this will be for 5 million points for the faction. So 35 mil on day 1. Day 2, back up to the top, is Raphael instead of Leonardo, 10 million points, level 20. We have day 2, a level 18 with OTC, another 10 million points. Day 2 is any Rey Mysterio, so 5 million points there. And level 10 with any Xavier Woods, so also 5 million points there. So 30 mil on day 2, so 65 million points out of the 135 million required. I'm sure that there's going to be points for earning currency. Otherwise, nobody will be able to max this event, and no one wants that. So definitely a lot to do in the faction boss competition that'll be happening in the mid-week. And then it mentions earn points in the daily delivery leaderboard competition for the Big Apple leaderboard contest in order to collect ooze canisters in the Shredder loot and skyrocket your milestone progress. Max milestone is 10 million points. It mentions that you can get a 6-star gold Roman Reigns Shredder and 16,700 Shredder masks. Top 20 can earn Cody Rhodes, Casey Jones at up to 6 gold and more masks on the leaderboard. So this looks like a spend event. It mentions that you can earn points in the daily contest and then collecting the canisters in the loot to get further milestones. I don't know if this is a solo. I don't know if this is a faction event, but this looks like a spender that you can maybe get 6-star gold Roman Reigns. You can get a lot of Shredder masks for the wall, and if you want, you can possibly earn Cody Jones on the leaderboards if you spend enough. And then there is the daily delivery leaderboard competition. Again, spin the loot, get high up on the leaderboard positions in these daily competitions to get huge rewards in the Big Apple leaderboard contest. So looks like we're going to have daily spend events that will feed into the Big Boy spend event, probably why it's called the Big Apple spend event. You can get 11 prize wall bags for Shredder masks, some very nominal TP and coins. This is not even remotely close to being worth mentioning. The top 10,000 can earn up to 10 million points for the Big Apple leaderboard contest. And as you can tell, the max milestone here is 10 million points. So definitely some big boy spend events that are going to be happening for us pretty much all week long. We have the I Love Being a Turtle Blitz Daily. Play the Blitz for 300 claws per run, 900 per day. And it says that the cost is one I Love Being a Turtle Blitz ticket, which you can get them in the tours. It will mention that you only need 2 characters total. Any Kofi Kingston and open for the top lane. You get your 3 MP, and then you have any Cody, Roman, Woods, and Ray for the bottom row. So not really sure why you would need to fill that when you could just use the top 2 and get your MP, but that is where you can get your daily blitz requirements done. And then we have the tours, another 1.47 million solo points. So we should be well over 5 million solo points just from doing all of the freebie stuff that we should get. I believe there was a rumor about Roman being at 3-star bronze in the 5 million point milestone out of the 33 mil. So hopefully for those of you that can do your stuff and get it done, you should, again, subject to change, so don't shoot the messenger, you should be able to walk away with Roman Reigns for simply playing the game. There's also 20,000 faction competition points, 12 blitz tickets, and we have the CSS here. So Monday there are 2 tours, one for all of the turtles other than Kofi, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello. And then Monday there's the any Xavier Woods requirement, and the CSS is Donatello or King Woods. The Tuesday is the any Rey Mysterio tour, but instead the CSS is Hall of Fame Rey and Raphael. Wednesday is the any Seth tour, but the CSS is Leonardo or Mutant Messiah. And Thursday is the any Roman tour, but the CSS is Roman, Shredder, and Rockin' Reigns. So you'll notice all of the turtles themselves have a CSS requirement in the tours. And that is the end of it. Make sure to enter the forum giveaway for a chance at a turtle of your choice. So I'll give a little brief synopsis of my thoughts on this whole thing. So back up to the top here. New turtles, got 2 of them. New skill plates, got 4 of them. Roman seems to be free, so looking forward to getting him as a new gen tech. Cody definitely seems like he's going to be a big boy spender. Gonna have to play it out and see how well that all works. The 4 new skill plates, very cool that they're coming out with them, but they all seem very niche, as well as one of them, maybe even 2 of them, not being finished. So the dodge one's not really something that I think anyone's going to be losing sleep over. There's also no mention of where you can get the bow staff one, which I thought was very weird. The nunchaku and the twin sai were on that one prize wall, and the dual katana was in the solo, which I'm assuming is going to be a very hefty spend milestone, which, I mean, you know what, sure, that's fine, but there's not really any info on what that's actually supposed to do when the 2 of these skill plates do exactly the same thing, and Seth Rollins doesn't even use red gems, not even with his new moveset. So even with his old moveset, he never used red gems and doesn't generate enough. It's a 3x3 area. So just weird. I mean, obviously you can make it work. You know, you could like put a boss time plate on, and there's other ways that you can recycle the move to make it work. But it's just weird to try and force that to make some red gems on a blue character that doesn't even have red moves. Very awkward. Definitely a huge fan of all the upgrades. Again, if you haven't seen the videos, definitely go take a peek at all of them. They're all very strong nowadays, all 3 of the reworked turtles. Just looking at this, the daily contest is going to be starting at reset, and the Big Apple contest at reset. So looks like we're going to be having a lot of spending going on for the entire week. The faction boss competition, again, is starting at the middle of the week. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult of a boss. Purple Gems is pretty straightforward these days. There's a lot of good characters out there. They even have a couple of them as CSS requirements, OTC included. The boss battle information, 1.5 bill, pretty straightforward in regards to how much health it's going to be. The fact that we're getting Roman for, again, I want to put in quotations free, because as we always say, screenshots, everything's subject to change, right? So subject to change, subject to change. This needs to be bolded and, probably like double the size and font, just so that everyone remembers. But I mean, it's pretty much like the writing is on the wall. If we're getting him at 5 mil, and the max milestone's 33 mil, there should be a good chance that a lot of you end up hitting 5 mil out there. So very excited to see how Roman performs. I believe in the game he's an S tier. I believe Cody is the S plus tier. So very looking forward to Roman Reigns personally. I would definitely like to try and get Cody. There's no mention of this being a last time type of thing like there was with Rocky and all that stuff, but there was never a mention of the Ghostbusters being a last time only thing either. So who really knows if we're ever going to get the Turtles back or not. But I would definitely like to try and get Cody as well. Obviously, there's no information in regards to the moves of these characters, so we don't really know what they do. I believe that Roman is a trainer for 2 blue MP and 50% black gem damage, and I believe Cody is a 2 purple MP and 50% green gem damage. So very weird trainers. To me, maybe a little niche, but they're pretty good if they have 50% gem damage and 2 MP. I know Cody is definitely very good on the revamped Xavier Woods, with his finisher making a bunch of green gems and having purple moves. So very solid for training the Turtles. And I'm assuming that Roman probably is the one to train Cody as well. Very happy that a lot of players have another chance at getting all of the Turtles. Huge improvement, I think, there, that they are bringing them back. Again, nobody knows the price of it. If I had to make an assumption, and again, I'm not going to know any of this information, I'm going to have to assume that Seth is going to be a hefty penny, but has to be somehow doable, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't put him on the main prize wall. The skill plates, very interesting set of skill plates again. These two are really just weird to me. I don't really think I'm going to be missing out if I don't get these guys. This one would be great for Rey Mysterio. He's already very good as is with his new moveset. But who really knows if he even needs it or not. He already has the Shades of Reigns skill plate that works wonderfully on him. So I don't know if I'll be missing out on this skill plate or not, if I get it or not. And I'm going to have to very strongly suggest that this is not the accurate text for the dual katana. So looking forward to seeing what this might turn into. Maybe that's, a game changer, deal breaker type of skill plate, but definitely feels weird that we have 2 cross break gem skill plates that are ultimate skill plates, and arguably neither one is as good as the Shades of Reigns. Very weird. Again, 6-star golds across the board for all of the old Turtles, including the new Shredder on the prize wall, so not horrible. Again, the Shades of Reigns actually makes an appearance on the prize wall, so arguably better than the Twin Sai, and possibly, depending on what they do with the dual katana as well. These guys are very, mediocre and very consistently provided throughout playing the game, so nothing that I would tell you to use your prize wall on. Very excited for players to be able to hopefully get one more moment token to add to their list. Also, myself, I would love to get a couple of these skill plates that I didn't have a chance at getting on the first Turtle Pizza prize wall. So anything that I can get that's new, always happy to do so and looking forward to it. Some Shards of Mercy, the Buzzard, definitely nothing to scoff at. I think that this month takes a backseat to both Rocky and the Turtles as a whole. I think it's very interesting that all the monthly characters we end up getting are row break guys, whereas all of these improvements are cross breaks, including the boss being a cross break boss. So just, it feels a little off, a little weird. Who knows what the rest of the month and even the week has in store for us. This is very simplistic stuff, like I said, nothing to get overwhelmed with. It seems like a lot of content, but it's really not. This definitely feels like there's going to be a lot of blitzing. I'm not really sure how this is going to work personally for the tiebreaker points when you only get a limited amount of the blitz tickets for playing the tours. But again, time will tell. The faction boss competition, definitely very tough on some of the CSS. So hopefully some people in your faction not only have, Leonardo, OTC, the story continues. Someone hopefully finds a way to get Shredder and take them all the way up early on, but hopefully they can be around for as many battles as they need to be. 100 battles in boss is a lot of boss battle. And that's per CSS, so got to keep your eyes out for that one. The fact that there's a 6-star gold Roman Reigns out there that you don't have to worry about taking the 3-star all the way up is a nice potential offering. The fact that it is all in a spend event, which actually, is made up of daily spend events, not really the biggest fan of that. So we'll have to see how that all works out. The blitz seems very straightforward, very basic. The tours seem very straightforward, very basic. But that is it for the blog. Definitely a lot to read, but not really sure that it's going to be a whole lot of content in game. One real quick relook at all of this. The blitz again is just 2 or 3 blitzes a day. The daily delivery is a spend event that feeds into the Big Apple spend event. The faction boss is just faction boss competition. The solo contest is essentially the overlapping contest for all of this stuff. And then it mentions the underground hideout faction competition, which, if I remember correctly, it's just telling you to get points by playing the tours daily. So I mean that's all it is essentially an overlapping faction competition for your tours. So there's your blitz, there's your tours, there's your daily spender, your weekly spender, there's the faction boss, and then there's the overlapping contest. So I mean that's pretty much it for this one. That's, me reading the blog as well as kind of including a little bit of my reactions throughout the blog read and towards the end there. Hopefully you all enjoyed this little read along, and who knows, maybe there might be an upgrade to these skill plates soon here. Definitely looking forward to seeing what they will do when they all go live. Looking forward to seeing what the numbers are going to be, and really hoping that a lot of you get Roman Reigns out there for free. Best of luck to everybody chasing Mr. Cody Jones. And if you are going for Leonardo Seth Rollins, as I'm sure we all know, he is not going to be the cheapest or the easiest to get, but best of luck in doing so. I wish you all the absolute best of luck with this entire Turtles event. Thank you all for watching, for listening, for spending your time with me. Make sure to like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well. Share with your friends who are curious in regards to the thoughts on the Turtle Week-long event and contest, and leave some comments below. What are you looking for out of this whole Turtles event? Do you just want to walk away with Donatello? Is that going to be good enough for you? Are you trying to hit up Rey Mysterio so that he can help your powerhouse game? Are you trying to chase down Seth Rollins? Are you looking forward to Shredder Roman Reigns or Cody Jones? Even though we don't really know what either one of them does, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all very, very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.